middle, maybe earlier. And then, under revenues, under the 10 fund, you see, other revenue, Chatham Medical Center,
Rent.
and that's the rent from both entities.
And these numbers are sort of rounded up,
Yes, ma'am.
pretty close to what we're expecting.
And then you got your debt service on the 30 fund, and that's that, bond for the upgrades that we did all those years ago. I think that's through 2030 something, we'll be done with that.
Which is just right around the corner.
It is, you can believe that.
I can't believe we're 25 years into the century. Great. We've talked a little bit with Intramark about reviewing their contract and possibly making some adjustments. Just speaking generally, I think the citizens are not particularly satisfied with the service that we're getting from Intramark. And so we've talked with them about looking at their contract and seeing if they need to make any adjustments as far as staffing or equipment, particularly in the Public Works Department. And so we're in the process of having those conversations now, hopefully to be ready for the next budget cycle. And then some of these things in here, like, you know, we have a line item but no funds allocated, but we know that there are funds there that are allocated for that. For example, for the Depot Street Bridge, and some of those things.
Now I need to get with the appropriate person and we'll plug in those names.
Are we expecting $150,000 for Chatham Medical Center rent?
Yes.
Shouldn't we are expecting?
According to the contract that we have with them. Also, waste collection is that next to the last thing, the first Piedmont figure there. Kelly and I talked about that a little bit today. You know, they always have a little fuel surcharge, and then, of course, they're gonna increase their costs just like everybody else does. So, we wanna be mindful of that and try to stay as close as we can to the break-even point. We don't wanna make a lot of money on that, we don't wanna lose any money either. So, we're waiting for some figures from them, to establish that number, but, it's probably gonna be a little bit more than that number that's there.
We usually get that in April.
So we should have it in time. The budget. Anything else on there, Kelly, that maybe is not highlighted that you wanna point out?
Again, we wanna talk about any potential special projects that we want to come up in the fiscal year. I know we covered the depot, we just need to plug in those numbers. I didn't put anything down for the parks, or paving or anything like that. I know we didn't, so far we have not done that paving that we had earmarked in this current fiscal year. We still have not done the building, have we, that we earmarked for Francis Kirk Park, I don't think. So, if we want to reallocate that, of course, we just have to bring it back to the table.
Right.
It just,
And that'll be in March.
Yes, ma'am.
Discretionary spending, that'll be part of that conversation
Yes, ma'am.
next month. So hopefully, between March and April, we'll be able to have all these numbers pretty much in place so that we can put our budget together and be ready to move forward with that, for the public hearing in May. And then we still have June as a cushion if needed. Does anybody have any other thoughts or questions? I do want to mention about the, fire truck. Fundraising efforts continue on that, and, we've got some positive response on that, so I think that we're gonna have a little bit of relief on those numbers. But we will wanna get some numbers from the fire department too about, you know, maybe some repairs that you can anticipate coming up, you know, like this has been wonky for 6 months, and we're gonna have to fix it. Anything you have like that, if you can share that with us, that would be helpful. Last year, and I'll mention this too, last year we gave a little bit of money to the rescue squad. I'd like to do that again. I'd like to try to support them if we can, so just kind of keep that in the back of your mind too, as we get ready to fill in these numbers. All right, does anybody have any other thoughts or comments or great ideas?
On a kind of unrelated note, just be ready, we got the, I'm sure all y'all where we did get the final, been waiting for years for this though, the final report for Cherrystone 2 IE Roaring Fork Dam.
That's in our packets,
Yeah,
and that's a big number.
It's like 10 million, if I recall,
11,
11, actually, I'll close to 11
and
million.
that's just the one name.
But just from Roaring Fork though, we know Cherrystone is gonna be larger, so this is gonna be one of those cases where I would suggest we're gonna need help from the state government, so.
That's at least.
So we'll need to lobby for,
Yeah.
not this fiscal year, but next year.
Yeah, we definitely need to look ahead on that, and I'm certain that Delegate Phillips and Tammy Mulcahy will be more than happy to listen to our.
Yes, well, I would also suggest we probably talk to the governor too,
Certainly.
because that is the one who sets the budget.
That's right.
Anyway,
And
I-
that's what the long range plan's for. We need to look at the 5 and 10 year plan and make sure.
That's right.
When I came on board, I wasn't quite on board with everything we were doing, but now that I've read through the material, I think next fall, we're gonna be doing a much more robust 5 and 10 year plan.
Well, and I think the federal government probably is gonna have to get involved in some of this too, because I know we're not the only community that's
No,
gonna be
well-
faced with this kind of situation.
Well, if I recall, though, the federal government, NRCS usually pays for 2/3 or 65% of the cost, and leaves the town with the other 35%. So, that's what's been passed, though, I don't know if, I don't know if this is still the case, though, but I believe it is.
Well,
But still, 35%, that's a lot.
Yeah, we'll work our way through that and certainly explore every possible resource we can for assistance on that.
The council should be prepared for a bond. At the
Potentially,
worst case scenario would be a
Yeah.
bond.
potentially.
All right, well, if we don't have anything else, for this portion of the work session, can I have a
Move to
motion to
adjourn.
adjourn? Thank you, Chase. Can I get a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.